Hello everyone, another video here. I'm going to share a process that I am doing, not for my personal things, but other people I'm sharing this. So I wanted to share this with you. First, before I show this, I want to give you a little more understanding as I've been understanding these things. So you have like a map, a road to go to. So if you as you get closer into this understanding and you understand that you are your own government, I'm not anti-government. I'm not saying anything about government. I'm not political at all. But you're your own government. You are your postmaster. You are the agent for the debtor slash creditor. So all this is all fictitious. The banks, the utility companies, it's just a scheme, fraud to get your money, to get your Federal Reserve notes. They're not really money, but get whatever that is, the fiat currency. So my understanding, and I want to convey to you that these things that you can do, you can be completely off the radar and you could be completely off of the grid and you can be completely I don't mean, without electricity. I live personally, I live off grid for many, many years. But and I also have my house that my kids live in and it has electricity. But because I am a nomad, so it may not be for you, but it is for me. So all these things, we can do things within our rights to do all this process. And so if you have done some of our process and you have done like status correction, if you need status correction, I have it on Gumroad. I put a link here in this video. And you can do that. Put all there are 22 plus documents. I think is the best status correction that I've seen out there. So it's 22 plus documents, and you can send those. The instructions are there, and put yourself in a good position. So I wanted to talk about things that you can do. Not to Okay, this is the thing. People that see this video might not be in the position that I want to be and that I am. I am in the position that I don't have any bills or anything out there. Um, and I do not want to be using Federal Reserve notes anymore. There's an alternative, okay? There's an alternative, but you have to do the prerequisites. You have to do the work before you get to the point where you don't have use for reserve notes. I know it sounds weird because everybody has, works and a regular job and makes money. How do I pay my bills? Okay. There's ways to pay your bills. There's different things that, like the utilities, the water, the utilities, the internet, the utilities in general. They will threaten you they're going to cut it off if you don't pay. Okay. There's a way to pay them. Okay. With the coupon. I discharged my car with the administrative process. It took about 7 months of paperwork. Um, but they finally, they didn't sue me, nothing. So there's different ways to do it. Okay. You can do it. Okay. You can do it in the public, okay? But you can also do it in the private, okay? So you can do many things in the public, okay? But you can do it in the private capacity also, okay? So one of the things that you need to understand, and when you give your signature, your Social Security signature, let's say with a loan, They will trade, they will tell you if you don't pay this and all that will, ruin your credit. Yes, yes, they might do that to ruin your credit. So that's a fear mongering tactic that they use. So, it has to come to a point where there's different ways you can do it. And it is through status correction. That thing of, you know, secure party is overrated. It's all this paperwork that you have to do. And if you have been a secure party creditor, okay, or a secure party, fine. But there's other ways to do it with simple, methods, like through the post office, okay, and all that. So I wanted to just explain a little bit about that, that every utility company, every bank is just a pass through to your credits. You have credits and you want to work, especially in this, with everything that's happening in this country and abroad. You want to use your credits. You want to use your credits instead of the Federal Reserve notes. So knowing how to use your credits is really a blessing. So I cannot disclose this in YouTube, how to use your credits and don't use and not use Federal Reserve notes anymore. But it's a very simple process. Um, if you email me, okay, through email, then I can send you things in the process itself, okay? Now, you want to be in trust. You want to establish you for trust, okay? You want your baby deed trust, which is that replaces the birth certificate. You want your revocable living trust. You want your irrevocable trust. And then you want your foreign granted trust or non-granted trust now, that you can do without you being the grantor. So those four trusts will put you into a private capacity where everything you do, okay, we're talking about trust, every move, okay, like the other day, just an example with my four trusts. There's a, enterprise, it's a system, okay? If you get my trust ebooks and my trust system and my templates, you will understand pretty much. And I'm going to come out with part two of that trust thing because I um I want people to see it as the first step, second step, third step, or whatever steps you might need. Okay, because I want you to have a full understanding of these things. So, so step one will be status correction. Step two will be, do your private capacity through the post office. Okay. In the past, I will always say, do your private citizen passport, that you can do that too. I'm going to do a video where the proper way to get that. You can it's okay, and you can do that, things like that. Okay, your passport. I'm gonna do a video on how exactly step by step how to do the properly. Um, you also can find it in a book that I love, the 0%. There's in chapter 7, I believe. Chapter 5, I believe. It's a chapter 5. Chapter 7. Okay, it is the 0%. You find the step by step. But I'm gonna do another video that I'm gonna put on Gumroad so exactly show you how to fill it out. Okay, so you can do that. So let's start. Status correction, post office, okay, general delivery, a letter to be a postmaster. Okay, your PO box. Don't receive any mail more at your home and change all that. I am a nomad. I don't I have a house, but so that's the way I did The general delivery is through being a nomad, being an RVer, so you could also say that. Um, and then the trust, okay, like the four trust. Now, everything you do, any document they you send to the Secretary of your State, any document that you record, you don't have to record anymore. Um, but if you're still recording in the county recorder, because you might put, want to need for sometimes some processes do need to be in the county recorder. But everything you convey it, you register in your trust because you're your own government. So you're going to do, Schedule A's and the minutes and all that, and have this trust active. You yourself, me, myself, and I, okay? So everything a document that I put out there, I take it to my trust. It depends of, you know, what kind of system, what do you want? Like, let's say I am not in I'm at the stage in my life where I don't want a business. I mean, I am a business and I treat myself as a business, yes. But I'm not at the point where I want to do banking and business and money and all that. But you can structure your trust if you want asset protection, if you want to do a banking and all that, you can structure it that way. Mine is a very simple, just me, myself, and I, that I register, I convey, I do the minutes. I have like a system within myself. And everything that you put in the trust, is protected, you know. So so if you need a trust system, go with my. It's very, very inexpensive. It's just a contribution to me, to myself, to me, and you'll have all the templates, and I will be uploading um like part two of the trust and all that. So trust is very important, those four trusts. And then after you do that, you can convey your bills, okay, to the trust. And then the trust will issue, you can do it in the private capacity also. Mm, you can do it also. But I like to do it through a trust where you convey your bills and then the trust issues the bill of exchanges, the promissory notes, letters of credit. You will do it all through the trust, okay? So you'll be not doing it in your public capacity, okay? So, follow me. I am the kind of person that that wants to help people and not gatekeeping, but sometimes, I do work and I do my own templates and all that. So I do charge for it. I'm not saying I don't, but I'm just saying I want you to be not thinking that it's going to be $4,000. No, like people out there. No, no, mine is just like very simple. But I will be uploading other things that you can do, like, conveying the coupons to your bills to your trust, and also the money order process also that you can do. And the one that I've always said, to send it to the treasury. That's I used to do that like 3 years ago, but it got to the point where it took too long to do that. But if you have back taxes, that's perfect. If you have back taxes, please contact me, email me. Don't be a scam and all this TikToks and everything that, hey, get, tax relief and all that. No, 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 none of that. So contact me if you have back taxes. It's a very simple process. If you understand the system, then you understand. Now, this video is about a lot of stuff, but I am going to show you something that I've been doing the past 4 months. Okay. Not with my stuff because I don't have any bills, but you can also do it with bills. Is to avoid being served. Okay. Okay, this is for people that have not, okay, listen to me, have not committed crimes against another person. You know, or robbery of the property of somebody else, nothing criminal, okay? But if you just get a simple ticket because the police stops you because your tax had expired, insurance, your driver's license and all that, and you're not in commerce, you're just in your private conveyance, then you can use this. Avoid the contract. Okay, you can avoid the contract. Let me share my screen. You can avoid the contract altogether when you get stopped, like for tickets and stuff like that. And but if you get the ticket, okay, if you get the ticket, listen, is you have 72 hours for the contract. Everything's contract. Your bills are contract. Um, well, your bills are contract, but also a coupon. It's money. But if you get it this specifically for tickets, any kind of I've been helping someone, got a ticket, 4 tickets. And if you get served with any, I don't know why people say that you have to go to court. Yes, you one day I may have to go to court, and I have gone to court with this person that I'm helping. But you can avoid all this with this process. You are your private capacity. They should not even contacting you. Even the bills, even the credit cards cannot contact you because you already gave your signature, your social security, and that $5,000 credit or you already made it happen. It's yours already. You extend the credit to them. Okay, you are the one that gave the credit, not them to you. They don't do anything. They just pass through entities. Okay, so they're insolvent and they're, foreign corporations. All of them, including the Duke Energy that I'm fighting with. I don't talk to them, but I do letters to Duke Energy because I told my children this house is gonna be not gonna pay a bill. Give me 2 years. If it takes 2 years for me to get this, have this happen, I promise you, I will get this Duke Energy out of your hair, with this outrageous prices that they're supposed to give you free energy. Okay, read if you need the Utility Act, please contact me and I'll send it to you. Read it and see what's going on with the utility, the electric company. Okay. That's why you can do things, okay? You can reduce, okay, let's say that you don't want to do the free, the process where you send all these letters to the utility because then you might think they're going to cut your lights and all that. I understand. But there's hacks, okay? That if they're in fraud, I want to convey this to you. If they're in fraud, there's things you own your property. Let's say in a sense that you own your property and you have land like I do. I have 45 acres. I want to convey to you that you can put a gate and signs that they need a contract. They need a contract to get into your land to turn off the lights, to cut your lights. The problem is that they establish the smart meters. That's why they established the smart meters. We're not dumb. We're not stupid. We're walking. I mean, not awoke, but we are waking. Why do you think they put a smart meter? For convenience, for you? No, for them to rob us. Okay. I am fighting 2 battles with Duke Energy, which is the light bill and the smart meter, because it gives a lot of radiation. So I've been sending letters that I want this thing off my land and I want it replaced with an analog meter. I really don't want their property in my property. I'm off the grid in the same property, but my kids are not ready there where they want to go off grid. But you should consider, if you own your own land, please consider being off grid. There's many ways, technology right now, there's many ways to do it. Okay. The problem is that my house is big and to have it completely off the grid is the system is going to cost a lot of money, but it's an investment. But consider getting off these people. Okay. But you can put a gate, okay? And you put a sign if you need a sign that says that you need a contract. Everybody needs a contract to get into your. So if you don't have the smart meter where they automatic, if you don't pay, they turn off your lights and and you fight for the analog meter to be, replaced from, take the smart meter off and put the analog meter, then you can put a gate and the sign, you need a contract. And they need a contract to get into your land. That's how powerful you are. That's how in your private capacity you can do these things. Don't be afraid. And if they threaten you with, they are going to cut your lights, okay, there's other ways to do it, okay? And and then they're gonna sue you. They'll It's so ridiculous that these companies trying to sue you when they're in fraud. Okay, so before you do anything with the utilities, send the letters because you want to have a paper trail. You want to send the coupon, endorse the coupon, and send it over there. Even if they don't see, we are more fixed. I'm sorry, I'm just this kind of in a rant, but we're so concerned about, remedy and remedy. I want this. Whereas, knowledge is more important than anything, and standing in your square. So before you even do something with something that has collateral, like a car, a house, utilities, water, internet, that they know they don't have no power, but they have the schemes of, ruin your credit, turning off your lights, repossessing your car, foreclosure, and cutting your internet, cutting your water. If they cut your water, just go ahead and open it up over there. I've done it many times. I've done it many times, but believe me, we need to wake up to all this crap, okay? I've done it many times. And you can always put a gate on your property and see if they come in, okay? And I'm not saying anything about guns and you being anti-government, nothing. It's your private capacity. It's because they're in fraud. I'm not promoting violence. I'm not promoting anything like that. I'm just saying that if they're in fraud, you have to expose the fraud in your private capacity. So before you tackle the utility company, anything that they can turn your lights off or cut your water stuff, do the administrative process. Do the utility process. If you need those documents, I have them in Montgomery Road. Okay. Very, very cheap. It's just like a small donation. Send those letters out. Regardless if they answer you, regardless if you still have the bill, doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter. It will matter in the future. But right now, you want a paper trail. You want to send a certified return receipt just in case you advance in this process, okay? You advance in these things and you need to show in a court that you have done, you have sent letters, that you have sent the coupon trying to, pay like you're supposed to pay now with money, but with the coupon, and you want that paper trail, you want all these documents in a file just in case something happens, okay? So I before I did anything, I always had this paper trail. Okay. Now, I'm going to talk about this document right here. It is so, I'm at to a point where I am so happy. If I could open my camera, I would show you. They send me, I'm just going to be honest with you. They send me personally, right, to my home. I don't know why they send it to my home. That was from years back. I used to have a camper, a pop-up camper. And I sold it. And when I sold it, apparently this person did not change it to their name. So it was still registered to me. I sent them so it's still the taxes. I was so responsible for taxes because the person did not, register in their name. So still my name. I told them, I gave them evidence that I sold it and everything. That was like 4 years ago. And they're still bothering me with this thing about those taxes of a pop-up camper. $12, whatever. No, I'm sorry, not $12. That's not the one. It's about $32, something like that. But I don't want to be bothered. First of all, because I sold the camper. It's not my fault if the other person did not register. But don't bother me with that. I'm alive. You're an entity. Yeah, you have people working that are alive, but your letter comes from an entity. Don't bother me. So this process of avoiding contract, when I got this document, I was so happy. I said, this is for me. This is for me. I'm that kind of person that I don't want to be bothered. So if you need this document, it's in my Google Drive. You can email me. I send it to you. It's free knowledge. So avoid is called avoid government legal firm. Okay. Quick reply to any offer. Everything is an offer. Everything to shut it down. Never hide because they will try the backdoor methods. They'll try anything like publishing in a newspaper or mail a bad address. Mail it to a bad address. Then claim it was sent. Then arrest you on a warrant. It is better to reply with something. Okay. Don't put it on your coffee table and just ignore it. Do something. Now I have envelopes. I have, when I have free time, I write this. I'm gonna show you on the back of the envelope. I have many envelopes where I just, for anything that I get, not for myself, but my children at the home, I put it in the envelope, send it back. So anyway, I got I got the taxes for the camper, whatever. The first thing I do, I already have the envelope, put it in there, send it back. Now, if you do the process of the general delivery and you have a PO box, you can do something else. You can file a form because that is harassment through the post office. Okay. And I will show you in another video, I'll show you that process. Okay. So anyway, so this is what you do. Please, please write all these envelopes. You write it. You take, this is an anonymous return to sender. So you will send it back. Don't bother me. Okay. Like if you get a warrant, anything through the mail, fraud, fraud, fraud. If you not committed a crime, if you committed a crime, I'm sorry, but you have to pay for what you did. We're talking about non-criminal stuff, like a ticket. So just put it in a fresh new envelope. I try to get those envelopes that have not like the square ones, the one that are security envelopes, and you put it in there. You're gonna send it to the place, and the remittance is the same. So this document is explained this real well. So you'd have to avoid service, okay? It could be tax. Oh, tax are great. I did that with my son's tax. Soon as I got it, you know how they send it to the post office, register mail. You have to go and pick it up. The minute I looked at it, put it I have in my car all those envelopes. Put it in my car, send the certified mail, not return receipt, okay? Because in my other video, I think I said return receipt, but don't send a return receipt because it's anonymous. You want just like, I don't know what, don't bother me. Okay, put it in there, put that in the back of the envelope and send it back. So regardless if it's served, delivered, mailed, or left at home, at office, etc. You read this, you understand. Immediately make copies and place the original papers, documents, envelopes and return envelopes into a new envelope. Okay. I might get my phone and show you what I did yesterday with the taxes for my camper. And I will show you. I'll open put like a short on my YouTube and show you how I did it. So you send this register mail, but not return receipt because it's anonymous. Return receipt, you have to put your address. So do not use any headings, dates, signature, nothing. You just, return to sender. neutral response, okay? The object, you read this. If you need this, please, I'll send it because I want everybody doing this. The object here is to immediately return the unwanted presentments or offers, okay? Also, you can do it for bills. But now we can do the coupons and we can do the money orders. And that's another process that, you know, in a little date, I will show you. Do not rebut or argue the issue, okay? Simply return the unwanted presentments. The only way to avoid their criminal fraud game is not to play. This thing about this is maybe, yes, learn to play the game. Nah, not for me. It might be for you. Okay, I'm not judging, but it's not for me. I do not want to play the game. I want to be in my camper. I want to be off grid in my van, doing ministry and all that stuff. I don't care about anything else. Okay. And my dog and my kids and my grandchildren. So, yeah, my family. Okay, do not play the game. Do it within 72 hours. Like I said, I have all these envelopes. When I have free time, I write in the back of the envelope, you write. I'll show you what you write. Okay. So you're gonna send everything, don't worry about, try not to rip the envelope. It comes with everything you send back. The envelope that comes in, I send everything. They send me a return envelope, I send it back to. Don't bother with me. I'm a postmaster. I'm a queen. So read all this, and this is what you put in the back of the envelope on the outside. Third party affidavit of mailing. That's why you need delivery confirmation. You could also do, I have done it where I have not done the free certified mail. If it's something not important, I'm gonna try it. But all these things are important. Like my friend had, you know, they send things from the court and stuff, like papers to the court and stuff. So we did send a certified return receipt. So I'm gonna try it for other things that are not very important. So you put third party affidavit of mailing right here, okay? And deliver confirmation number. It used to be cheaper if you do certificate of mailing. But anyway, you want because if something happens, you want to make sure you have this delivery confirmation number. So you put this on. This includes documents where in a rarely received and opened. Okay, you're gonna put it in, like in this case, which appear to be, I put right here, property tax documents. Not me. I don't have the camper, but even if I had the camper, don't bother me. Okay. And we're going, like my family and I are going through a situation where we have some lots, about little lots that we bought in a city, and they're, it needs, like the grass needs to be mowed every in the summertime. Sometimes we don't get there to mow the lawn and all that. I understand it's like a nuisance, but what they did is because they put a lien on the 11 properties, which is like really small lots, or outside, like to build uh tiny homes and stuff like that. And they give us they put a lien on those properties. So I'm going through all this with my family about this, and this is one of the things that I do when they send me something. And we're also getting into the business of liens and stuff. So we actually gonna buy the lien of our own property. So anyway, yeah, God, the universe inspires you with all this stuff. So now you put this on the outside of the envelope. I do it in blue ink. Never, 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 never do it in black ink. Okay, I do blue ink or red ink, whatever. Like you can do this. I mean, see right here it has like I do everything in blue ink, and then you can put oh, this. So I put it there. I send it ASAP. Next day, even that same day, I go. If I go and pick up some mail and it seems like it's something from the IRS, from my children, business, whatever, it's never good. So I open it. Before I used to not open and send it back, but this is a better way. So I open it. I see that they, whatever, whatever. I put it in the envelope. I have envelopes in my car. I send it. It is works like a charm. Never got it. Don't bother me. I'm my own government. Okay, so get this document. I'll get it to you if you want. I have a habit now of doing this. I'm like, yes, that's something that I wanted since I started all this path. I wanted something. I don't want to be bothered. Don't bother me. Here you go. Okay. So stick with me and you will learn how to endorse I know how to, I send the coupons all the time and all that. Also, other things that I'm learning. So stick with me little by little. We learn other processes. Okay. So I appreciate everybody that has donated to my process, the private banking, doing all that stuff about the private banking is really good because you learn a lot. And then, my trust, please get my trust. It's really complete, like three small short ebooks and then the templates and everything is there. If I don't have like I'm working on my baby deed trust template right now and I'll be uploading it to my private trust bundle. I call it a private trust bundle. I will be uploading the baby deed. I'm having trouble with my computer to, make the template. Right now I'm just, my computer is just old and I really need a new one, but but as soon as I get the template, I'll, because you wanna do the baby deed because you wanna replace that the birth certificate and being, that kind of trust. So anyway, if you need trust, understanding of trust, business trust, I have a business trust in there, which is like game changer. And I have all this stuff, okay? So please follow me. Yes, you could be. This is the thing about these people with this understanding. That they're charging too much. They're charging too much for all these things that they should be free. Okay, whatever. I know you spend money, and like I have spent a lot of money on this, and I go into donation. Donate to me, contribute to my cause, and you get something in return, some value, But then when they're charging 3,000, 4,000, all the stuff for all these things, no. If you're charging less than $100, yes, that's fine. But I'm telling you, they're charging too much out there for this free information. So anyway, if you need this, please do this. This is awesome. Also, here in the bottom, it's just such a great thing. And um, it says how to endorse it if you're in court, right here, with the signature right here. I always wanted, years ago, I wanted to know how to do this, and here it is. It's like the universe, like Yah, God, Hashem, brings all these things to me. Like I think about it, I'm just like, I really want to help people. I'm a ministry person all my life. For 25 years, I do, health ministry and all that. And on the streets, I talk to the homeless and everything. My goal and my purpose is for every person that is homeless, that is without a home, that, suffering with health and everything, to understand that you are sovereign, that your health. I'm going to do another channel about health because this thing about health, we think we're getting sicker, but it's in our mind. It's what the narrative tells you that you have diabetes, that you have this. They're all parasites, parasites. Bacterias, it's parasites, bacterias, and not even Uh, viruses do not exist, okay? I know this is not the topic, but a virus is a made up of junk. So if you struggling with your health, I am thinking of opening maybe a YouTube channel about health because it is very important for the other day I was looking at TikTok. I know I'm going on, I don't know, but and fibromyalgia, parasites. And they tell you, and then you put in your mind that you're sick. You're not, okay? You have to, so I'm thinking of, uh, an outlet where I can do health videos, okay? Not right here in this one. And also the Nomad Life also, because I have a van that I'm gonna start traveling when it gets a little bit warmer, and I'm gonna make another videos with, nomads and living off grid and traveling in my car, in my van. So stay tuned. There's a lot of things. Stick with me. Please subscribe, like this video, help me with my products so I can help you. And anything you need, email me. All right. Have a great day.